Welcome to another edition of the Nerds Delight podcast. We host JayRow
and Crump Casso.
Welcome. This is a special episode today. We want to celebrate New Year's in a way that, for us, is unique to the channel, as well as we just want to celebrate New Year's. And what better way to do that on our end is to basically talk about what we have done for us ourselves, as well as what we want to do for you guys. And what have we done for you guys? But I mean, first and foremost, let's just say thank you for just even listening to us in the first place. That in itself is a win in itself. And we're happy that you guys have tuned in to us. Big or small, I mean, long, short, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're happy that you guys have, just listen to us when, we're doing it for you guys. We're doing it to, get involved, to get connected to people, new people, as well as just basically connect with the people that we do know.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for that. Anything you want to add with that?
No, I was gonna say, it's been a journey. So it's been a journey. So yeah, definitely thank everybody who's tuned in at any point. Like you said, the old original listeners and new listeners, watchers, audience members, fans. It's been a journey. So it's thankful for everybody who's been riding with it so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically the gist of this episode that on our end that we would like to do is we want to say like what we like so far about the channel, what we've done so far, things that we want to improve on for next year, as well as things to expect from next year.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to say that I'm appreciative of on the channel is, having you as a co-host. I think I think it's like the first thing is like always trying to find the right person to have it with. I think that with you, Crump, is always like it's like we had good dialogue, and I think that it's never like a matter of like us having like weird, awkward moments and nothing like that. And it's so crazy because of the fact that when we initially started this last year, like because we haven't talked as much before, and then we talked a lot up until the point when we were about to start it, and then when we talked, it didn't feel like we were two strangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me,
for
me, I'm just grateful for that for sure. That's the first thing for sure.
Yeah. I want to say too, likewise, like pretty much everything you just said, like I agree with. You've definitely been a good host. You definitely, I mean, this is your baby to begin with. So you definitely, took kind of the leadership role and then kind of took it and kind of, ran with it. And it's been a great journey. And I also want to thank you too for being so flexible. That's one thing you've definitely been throughout this journey. You've definitely been flexible. So anytime, I ain't been able to make it for whatever reason, or, you've been flexible enough to like, with the shifted, this wait a day, or, postpone this, postpone that, move this here, shift things around, switch things around. That's something we definitely been experienced a lot throughout this journey. Is this person can't make it, we gotta move this day or switch this around, or doing this has been experience where you definitely have to be flexible. You can't be set in a certain way, and I think you've done a really good job of that, being like, okay, well, we got to roll with the punches. This don't work. We got to move things around, shift things around, wait a day, postpone it for a week or two, whatever we got to do, make it happen. And you've done a really good job with that.
Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, I think we all are learning, man. And that's the beautiful part about doing this podcast is learning on the fly, basically. Like there's no right or wrong way of doing it. I feel like there's just tried and true ways of doing it. I think that with us, like in regards to the tried and true ways, it's kind of different because you don't want to be the same generic podcast. You want to do something that's unique to your own.
Right.
And I think that for us, the part that makes it as unique as it can be is the fact that not that we're just including friends that we all know. I'm thinking that it's more the fact that we're not scared to take on those topics that are nerdy, but also at the same time, what does it mean to truly be a nerd? Like, you know, for me, those mental health episodes are really like, those were really out of my part, but it was great to do them because I learned so much in those episodes.
Yeah. That's a really good point too, because I feel like no matter who you are, that's something you can relate to. So I really like those episodes a lot, like the mental health episodes and stuff like that in general, or like the tribute episodes and things like that. I feel like you can touch everybody regardless of who you are. And there's especially specifically the mental health episode, just because that's something that I've actually kind of taken passion in, or interested in recently these past few years. So that really I really enjoyed those episodes a lot.
Yeah, same here, and we hope to do more of those next year as well because we want to be able to talk to a variety of different people to, like, trust us, it's not all negative about mental health episodes. We want to be able to talk about positive things about mental health episodes, like about like being a nerd and dealing with mental health, and how do people deal with mental health, and how do they like cope with stuff. That's like, it's great to know about different coping mechanisms and different ways to just, you know, basically go about your life.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, one of the things that I do want to be able to say that I'm critical of about the channel, or that I want to improve upon, is like the topics. I want us to be able to talk about more topics. I want us to be able to expand upon it. Like, it ain't just a video game channel. It ain't just a TV show channel. It's a nerdy channel. So we want to be able to talk about things that affect the community as a whole.
Yeah, I agree. And that's something else I was going to speak on too. So you just made me think about when you said, not just a video game channel and everything. And earlier when you mentioned that doing more like mental health type episodes, that's something I would like to like expand on too. Is kind of similar to what you just said, but I guess kind of piggybacking off of that, having more of a balance. So I think we could probably do a better job of like, I guess, trying to be structured and of course, you never want to force anything, of course, but I think we should also like try to make a conscious effort to be like, oh, okay, we haven't talked about this in a while. Let's squeeze an episode of that in, or try to think about things we haven't talked about in a minute, or maybe something we haven't discussed at all. Maybe more comic book stuff, or other things that may affect the community and just stuff like that. And we try to squeeze more of those episodes in there. So try to be a little more as cognizant and more conscious about things that we haven't talked about. And not to say we can't still, go heavy on the video games or movies or whatever. I've just been making more of a conscious effort to squeeze in more episodes with more diversity.
Yeah, I really want to do an episode. What's so funny is like I was thinking about this right before we even got on this morning. I want to do an episode basically saying like, what does it mean to be a nerd?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, like what does it mean? We never even asked ourselves, like before the channel started, we never even said what does it mean to be a nerd, really. We never really expanded upon that. So I think it'd be good to even just in general, just in our opinion, what does it mean to be a nerd? Yeah, another thing too that I want to say that I want to be critical of is the fact that we want to include the audience. We want the audience to be more involved. I want to include the audience more in the stuff that we talk about. I mean, I definitely want this to be an interactive channel because I think that it wouldn't be a channel without y'all.
Right.
And it's not just a conversation with the people here that joins us. It's also a conversation with you guys too. And we want you guys to feel like you're involved. And we want you guys to feel like that you have a safe haven to be at.
Yeah. That's such a really good call out. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a really good call out. We just kind of find ways to get people more involved.
Yeah. Yeah, and I need to do it. And I think like in the next episodes and stuff that we do, I want to be able to just, feel like I want the audience to feel like they can comment on the things that we talk about. And I think that I want everybody to be able to like have that voice.
Yeah. I got a few ideas for that too. We can talk about that later, but I think that's something I think is definitely kind of dope and exciting for the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me see. What is goals you think we should like push for 2023?
I think, and I mean we can talk about it later, but a little more in detail, and maybe on lowball on it. But I definitely like to see our numbers double in terms of views, in terms of engagement, everything. I would like to see double. And maybe I'm lowballing me. I should say triple, quadruple. But I'll definitely.
I'm confident that'll happen. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even sweating that.
But I'll definitely like to see that. Just more engagement, more more views. Just it's not about being popular or whatever. It's just a way to measure my progress. It's about self progress. Just kind of see see growth. So it's not about I want to blow up and explode and go viral, nothing like that. It's about just seeing growth. Like so if I got to see if our numbers double, and honestly I like to see more than that by the end of next year. But just in the beginning, I would like to see growth and double. And like I said, I just like to see more diversity too in our topics, in terms of just being more conscious of bringing more stuff up. But specifically, definitely, I don't say growth. I mean, I shouldn't even say double. I really shouldn't say double because in general, really, I want to see growth. And a constant growth too. Because I feel like if I say double, it almost applies that once you reach a double, then I'm done. But I'm not. I just want to see a constant level of growth next year.
Yeah. I like the idea of growth because I think when you don't want to stay stagnant, you want to grow.
Right.
I think that with the channel, like our purpose is to grow. It's not just to grow the audience; it's also for us to grow as well.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that with that mindset, sky's the limit.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that it's a great way for you to, not for just you, but for us to have a mindset of growth, always want to do better, always wanting to strive to enhance not just the enhance the material that we're presenting to everybody. Because at the end of the day, this is like I said earlier, this is a nerd safe haven. It's supposed to be. And it can't be that if no one feels like they aren't welcome here.
Right. Yeah.
So one thing I will say too for growth that I do want to see is not just with the channel, but I just want to see growth in regards to how us personally, like how we view the channel. I think that not so much us, because we're in it, we're already in the trenches of it. What I mean by seeing growth on the outside looking in is what can we do outside of the channel to bring the best product possible. Like, and what I mean by that is, let's use this for example. Like because you're a musician. Like this could be your safe haven to talk about your music personally.
Yeah.
And like just like with me and my art and my writing, see, no one knows you're a musician here. No one knows.
That's crazy that we don't talk about that. Neither one of us have ever talked about our artistic passions.
Yeah, no one knows. They don't know that we're artists. They don't know that we're just talking. We're just talking about the topics.
But that's crazy. How did we go like this whole time without having like an episode? Or that's crazy. Like we definitely should have had an episode where we just talk about like ourselves and what we got going on. We never did that.
Never.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's something we got to change. Like, cause it's like, I mean, it's not us trying to. It's not about bragging. It's about like, hey, get to know us. We want y'all. We want y'all to get to know us.
Yeah. But that's wild. That's crazy. But that's really blowing my mind right now, because it's not even about the bragging point. It's just about us introducing ourselves and who we are to the people. Like we've never had an episode where we just introduce like who we
introduced ourselves, but we didn't go further past that.
Right?
Part. Yeah. We talked about the purpose of the channel, but we never talked about like who we are.
Yeah, it was a very like kind of default introduction, and that was it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Hey, that's wild, yo. This is blowing my mind right now. That's crazy.
That's in hindsight, man. It's like, and it's so crazy because I didn't even like before we hit record today, I did not even think about that until we were talking. Until you brought up about growth, that's when it popped in my head. So this is not something I wrote down. This is something because of what you said earlier about growth. Wow. That's what made me think about it.
That's crazy. And it's funny, what's crazy is I was going to ask you a question, a personal question, And I still didn't think about what you said. I was actually gonna ask you a person, but I can wait to the end. But it was gonna be about kind of you as a person. And I still didn't think about the fact that we never had an episode. Wow. That's crazy.
And that episode is coming soon. Like, just let's just it is coming soon.
Yeah.
And we do apologize for not even having an episode about who we are. So, like, trust us, guys. You know, we were so ready to get this channel started. This was just something that, you know, it just escaped us. And you know, we're doing better. We're doing better. We're learning as we go. We want you guys to, you know, give us time. Give us time.
And I'm sorry, I still have to wait to the end, but now I'm just going to ask now. So my question was, do you have any personal goals in general? And if it is directly related to the Nurse Delight, that's cool too. But do you have any personal goals? Like, I don't want to say New Year's resolutions, but just goals in general for next year.
Well, I mean, Nerds Delight is a goal of mine because I definitely it's like I said, it was my baby, became our baby. I want to see it grow. I want to see it not be a infant. I want to see it become a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. Like, you know, that kind of growth, not still staying as a toddler. I really want to see. I have really big dreams for this like channel, and like another goal for this channel I want to see us do is like link up with other podcast people. Like,
I was just about to say that. That's crazy. I was just about to say that.
And I got a couple of people. I mean, a couple of podcasts that are going on that would love to team up with us for joint episodes. Stay tuned for that. It is coming very soon. And that was a surprise for you that I was going to let you know that I have talked to a couple of people who are doing podcasts that are interested in teaming with us for a couple episodes. So
that's dope.
Those episodes will come soon.
Yeah, that's dope.
So, but yeah, I mean, I would love to like do more artwork. Like, I think that's one of the things that that's the goal of mine too. I want to finish this novel I'm writing. See, like, I don't want to kind of go into a lot of detail now because I really want to save that for the episode. We actually kind of say, hey, this is who we are. Yeah. So I think that'll be a good conversation piece for that part. But yeah, like making more headway on my novel. I got personal goals outside the channel, like, you know, being successful at the job that I'm currently doing, and also, like, you know, professionally, personal goals of, like, you know, dating and seeing more stuff, because I mean, first time traveling outside of the state as an adult this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean, not out of the state. I mean, more like traveling on a plane. That was my first time on a plane this year.
Oh yeah.
Compared to
that's a big move. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like kind of nervous and scared about airplanes, but you know, yeah. See, I just shared something there. Like, being fearful airplanes until I got older, and wanted to say, hey, just try it and see how you like it. But yeah, what about you? Like, do you have any goals?
Yeah. So like you said, obviously I want to see this podcast grow. I see it growing a lot next year. I just feel like this year was the kind of like the experimental year for us. So I do see a lot of growth for this podcast next year. And I think overall, just in general, one of my biggest goals for next year is a lot more consistency and a lot more what's what I'm looking for. Not product, that's not the word I'm looking for, but just having stuff to show for my work. I'm very, I think you and I have had a conversation about this before, but I'm a very unstructured person, which is a bad thing because the way I work best is with structure. I need organization. I need goals. I need deadlines. If I don't have that, I just keep pushing stuff off, and not even intentionally. Not because I'm lazy, not because I'm intentionally procrastinating. I'm not purposely saying, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow." It's not intentional. It just happens. Like, I'm working on stuff. I might work on a song here. I might work on this here and there. But without a deadline, there's no pressure for me to finish the song. There's no pressure for me to finish the album. There's no pressure for me to do this, do that. So something I definitely looking forward to next year is just being more consistent, being more planned out or structured. Actually, I have a planner. Actually, I bought a planner already for next year. I bought it over a month ago. I actually bought it like in October or early November. Yeah, so I've been waiting for 2023 to hit so I can start using this planner. So I have a planner now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely start making deadlines. That's actually why I was looking for my hard drive before we started recording because I got so much of my music on that hard drive. So I gotta find a hard drive.
Find the hard drive. You will find it.
Yeah.
So but I think that's awesome though. And then funny thing I thought about when you said about structure. Do you remember as an art student having those syllabus, having those curriculums? Each of them are structured.
Right.
When you're in school like that, you're so trained to follow structure. Right. But then when you were out of school, that structure is gone. Like you got to build your own structure. And some people are hard at. It's hard, man. Like it's not easy.
It's not, and it's crazy you said it because I was about to say that, but I was gonna try not to dive too much into it. But since you brought it up, I was gonna say, I literally had to start treating my life like school. It's so crazy you've been to school because I was about to say that. I was gonna say, and it's not for everybody, but I just know me, the way I work, I need to treat my life like stuff as homework assignments. And wake up when a homework assignment, something to do Friday morning or whatever, you got it done. You make sure you got it done. You did whatever you had to do. You stayed up late. You may go to all-nighter, but you did what you had to do to make sure that assignment was done. And that's the way I start treating my own personal goals in life, because otherwise I just keep pushing things off. And again, not intentionally, not because I'm lazy, just I might say, I'm gonna work on this song a little bit. Okay, I'm done. Let me play some video games. Let me watch TV or whatever. Or, and I just say it with the gym. Like I want to be more consistent with the gym, like working out. Like if I don't have a set schedule structure, I'm just like, I feel like working out. Okay, cool. I love working out. So it's a good thing. But then there's days where I'm just like, I just ate. I don't feel like going right now. I'm tired. It's been a long day. And I end up not going. And it's because I lack the structure. Like I lack the schedule. Like I need a schedule. I need plan and deadlines and stuff like that. So that's something I'm really looking forward to next year, is just setting a bunch of deadlines for myself, like all the time, to where I'm like constantly. And I think that'll result. That's the answer where I'm looking for results. I think that'll yield a lot of results and stuff that I have products and stuff to show for my hard work.
Fruits of your labor.
Right. Yeah. I don't have, looking back on this year, and honestly, probably a few years before that too, I don't have a lot of stuff to show for what I've done over the past year or so. Like I say, probably in a few years, last few years, honestly, I'm looking back on it.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to show for it. And it's kind of almost disheartening, almost discouraging a little bit to think like, dang, what have I been doing in my life? Like I know what I've been doing, but it's like, where's the visual, like, where's the music at? Where's the art at? Where's the podcast? Like, I'm glad we did this. We did a podcast this year. So that's something. That's something.
What's funny too, man? I was thinking about this too. Like, do you remember we had a conversation off screen? And sorry, guys, a lot of our conversations are off screen. We were having a conversation about like successful artists, and like you remember we were talking about how like the job market, unless you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone, it's hard out there to find a job artistically, not, and creatively. I'm not talking about other jobs, but it's and it was the frustrating part of going to a school who like didn't really value giving that knowledge ahead of time. Like they were just so focused on like the number part of it all, like having these people in senior seminar, making sure that the basic material, not really going in depth and like how you need to market yourself as an artist and do X, Y, and Z to make it. Like I'm really glad this platform was something that I thought of that I wanted to share, with you in regards to like this is our basically our what's the word I'm looking for? Our vehicle to show our success as artists.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that, let's just be 1,000%. Like, we ain't got art jobs. And so we don't. And it's like, and it's unfortunate because we still love art. We're still very much in that world. And the thing about it is just like, we didn't get the immediate success from school. Right. So I want to use this as a platform to show that, hey, we're not giving up on that success. Yeah. We're not giving up on trying to have that success as an artist. Like, and we're just going to have to go about it a different way that's non-traditional.
Yeah. New way.
Mm-hmm. He's always that's the beauty about the world that we live in, man. We find different ways to be successful.
Yeah.
It's like a circle. We go in, our lives are, it's like a cycle, excuse me, it's like a cycle. Like we start from point A and then we go back to point A, but it depends on what we do to get to point A, get back to it. So like the goal and the dream was point A, and then we do all these different steps to get back to point A.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things too that I want to get people to watch out for the channel is we got a lot of like big things ahead, like that I'm very passionate about. Crump is passionate about. Like one of the things that we're playing around with that we want to be able to debut is like our brackets that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty cool. Can't tell you like what they're about. We don't want to talk about it. But it's cool. We're gonna have we want to have more guests on to talk about stuff. We want to include the current guests that we bring on, and also like just have more good times, good laughs about things. Another and to be able to bring in more topics like that we normally we kind of touched upon, we didn't really get back on, but we want to get back into it again. And like music is one, and especially because we both love music, and that's something that I really want to talk about. I want to have an episode talking about Prince, or a whole episode talking about Prince, or you having a whole episode talking about Michael Jackson, stuff like that. Like just to showcase that love of music that we don't really get a chance to talk about all the time. And like, just to be able to show things other than the normal things that we talk about. And more trailers that we want to do, more reactions, and we want to possibly be able to stream video games on the channel soon. So you never know. Like, it's like so many different things, like that's on the horizon, and be able to interact with you guys. And for me, that's like exciting. It's exciting, and it's like what's the word? It's like the anticipation is like, it's like really like you can feel the goosebumps on the shoulder a little bit, on the forearms and stuff, because it's like the antsiness is ready. I'm antsy. I'm ready to get all this stuff out, like to show it to everybody. But it goes in steps. It moves in the process moves as much as it can, as fast or as it's slow. But we want to be able to debut all this stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting year, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. A very exciting year.
Yeah, 2023. Yeah, 2023 is gonna be our year. This is gonna be the year of the Nurse Light.
I'm excited.
Podcast, like, definitely want to have a couple, like I said, like other podcast people on that are in the world already that can to be able to talk about their nerdom, and to have a good time, talk with them, fellowship with them, and also just to be able to like get eyes on their channels and let you guys see what they're talking about, as well as what we're talking about as well. So I feel like it's the more the merrier kind of thing. But yeah, man, we got 2023 is gonna be a busy year for us, but in a good way.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited just because, which is exactly what you just said. It's gonna be busy, but it's busy in a good way.
Yeah, you know how it's, this quote I read about how if you love what you do, it's not never really work. It's just a part of what you do. Makes your life go round. And I in my head and in my heart, I gotta believe. Well, I ain't gonna say gotta believe. I believe that this is what it is like to feel that way, because I do like I said, I enjoy what we do here, and it's never for me like a struggle to get to it. It may be a struggle to get to a time to do this, but it is not a struggle when the lights are on for us to do this. It's not like the energy is always there. It's just like I'm so excited to do it. Not just the podcast, doing it with you, doing it with the people that we bring on, the topics that we talk about. It's just so many different things that we that brought us all together, and it's special. It's a special thing we got going.
Yeah.
So, but we will not be bringing Black Uchiha. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. We just I just had to throw that shot out there. Because he when he see that, he gonna be on, he gonna be like, ready to get back on, ready to get back on.
Right. Right. You fire him up.
Yeah, fire him up. So yeah, I'm definitely happy, and I'm ready to get on to like talking about. And then the other thing too, like when these conventions start coming, that's another thing. That's with that, like definitely want to be able to talk about these conventions are coming and being able to attend some of these conventions live and you know, be able to talk about our experiences at these conventions.
Yeah.
Stuff. And I don't mean just comic conventions. I mean like any kind of convention, comic, music, whatever. Like just to be able to like do something like that, to be able to give you guys the 411 on it.
It's gonna be a great year, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 2023 is gonna be pretty big. We're claiming it. We're claiming it as our year.
Yeah. Busy. That's gonna be the word. That's gonna be my word for the whole year next year.
Busy.
Busy. Yeah, I like that.
Me too.
I'm gonna be busy. I want to be busy next year.
I'm ready. I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be dope.
But thank you guys. Truly, truly. Thank you so much for tuning in to us on this year review episode. We're ready for the New Year's, and we want to say Happy New Year's. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel. And we look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you soon. Peace.